Hello everyone, welcome to Boxing Block. So guys, and please, if you're new to the channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now, and also go to the notification bell icon, click it and sell it all. So that time I drop a new banger, a new exclusive video, you will definitely be notified. So listen, this is a very sensitive matter. It's a sensitive subject for me because after seeing what I saw today, I am definitely I'm hopeless, bro. Immediately, Nigeria confirmed a new fresh 5 case of coronavirus. I called my dad, and told him to, of course, talk to my mom and my siblings there and family members. They're like to alert them that the coronavirus is in Nigeria and it's gonna spread. It's gonna spread. There's no way it's not gonna spread because we have a cow-brained president. So, for those of you guys who want to join right now, if you want to join and give your take, people always tell me, "Oh, if you're live, let me know so I can join." I'm gonna post the link for you guys to join. Link to join. Okay, this is it. Yeah. So that's the link to join. If you want to join us, click on that link, and you be right here with us to discuss this. Doesn't matter. Listen, it is bad. Nigeria announced 5 new cases of coronavirus today. 4 in Lagos and 1 in Ekiti. The person in Ekiti spent 2 weeks in Ibadan before going to Ekiti. You know what that means? There's a high chance many people are infected in Ibadan now without knowing. Listen, bro, this is what gets me mad. Immediately Nigeria confirmed the first corona case. You know, I remember so many Nigerians urging the president to close the border right now because you know the thing is, they were urging the president to close the border right now because you knew the danger already. Nigeria is not sophisticated enough, unlike the UK or like the US, unlike Italy that has one of the best healthcares in the world. I still struggle to do with it. I just heard today about 400 something plus people died. And we are talking about a country that has one of the best healthcare in the world, healthcare system in the world. They are sophisticated. You know, UK right now are having a hard time right now. You know, with it. New cases. You know, are being discovered every day. Do you know that the UK cases have jumped? They've kind of doubled. So I mean, you look at the countries and you look at Nigeria. That at this moment have hate confirmed coronavirus cases. But I think it can be more. It is more because that guy spent 2 weeks at Ekiti. Okay, he's a U.S. returnee, like he came from the U.S. He spent 2 weeks at Ekiti, and no, he spent 2 weeks at Ibadan before he of course moved to Ekiti. That means he has encountered with Nigerians. He has of course shook hands with people that are infected now. Is definitely more than those 8, bro. And that means the whole of Nigeria right now is in danger. And whose fault is that? Because of the president fault. The president, they and the cabals, they took this lightly, and they never, okay, took the coronavirus case serious. They were all trying to play PDP, APC stuff. That listen, I'm not a politician. I'm not a fan of all these political parties especially in Nigeria, because at the end of the day, they bring nothing good to Nigeria. what has the PDP or APC done for Nigeria? Listen, as a Nigerian, I've never even enjoyed the privilege of being a Nigerian. Like I've never enjoyed it. Like from the government, I've never has never helped me. My parents, paid everything for me. My dad had to work from morning to night just to make sure, I have something. We have food on the table. You know, I'm telling you right now, bro, growing up, right, life was not easy for me. But at the same time, the Nigerian spirit is a spirit that can never be conquered because Nigerian spirit is a very strong spirit. Nigerians were unique. But how long had the youths, going to keep, uh, you know, living this way? Because what is coming right now is modern Nigeria. Even right now, Nigeria has not they have not closed schools yet, bro. They are yet to close. UK just did it today. Nigeria government have not done it yet, and also the Christian Association, they are saying, oh, give it time, or should give it time. Where there is mass gatherings, so these people care about their ties, what they get from the church, than the like the health of the citizens. These people are playing with a deadly virus, and when it spreads in Nigeria, bro, I just only feel pity for my families over there because I have love for my family is used over there. So and also like the Nigerians. The Nigerians have been wanting Buhari to like take action 2 weeks ago, but they know that he waited, before it was too late. Only a cow-brained president would do that. In as much as we all would like to criticize Sani Abacha, everybody knows Sani Abacha, the kind of the last dictator in Nigeria. That guy, despite his corruption and other stuff, he took actions against some things that can cause harm to the nation. You know, so this is what I'm saying. When lives doesn't really matter to the others hooded vagabonds in Nigeria, it becomes a problem. I'm speaking right here as a Nigerian because being a patriotic Nigerian is something that some average Nigerians will never know because some average Nigerians they care nothing about their belly and their pocket, and also they care about they care about tribalism much more because the Nigerians we the Nigerians we don't look at that. How can you tell? How can the time when Buhari was like instructed like was like advised to like close the border, the northern leaders, some of the northern leaders objected. They're like, oh no, don't do it. It's not time yet. Let's wait here. These guys we are hoping coronavirus was gonna go away, even though China want the word. Even the stuff came from China, but they want the word about it. So don't play with it. Italy also play with it. They toy with it. It was like, oh, it's a small virus, it's gonna go away. But now look. So tell me why I wouldn't call. Listen, it took me hours to think about this before I said, okay, let me do something about it. Let me talk about this. This guy is nothing but a cow-brained president. That's what he is, man. So if you have a cow-brained president, what does that tell you? What does that say about the nation? In Nigeria, where you have some brilliant, intelligent people, young, vibrant people, and then you have cow brains as leaders. I'm not just talking about the president alone. All of them, from east, west, south, all of them are cow brain people, man. Because even common sense is something that is very common, but at the same time in Nigeria is not common. People don't know. Some people don't even know what common sense is, man. I saw a video today. If you see that video, you're gonna laugh. You know that there's still an ongoing school excursion in Nigeria. And you mean at this current stage now? I saw a video of some. If I should say something about this now, it's disgraceful to even talk about it. But at the same time, I don't know, man. Olajide, I mean, your take on this. I understand you don't support me calling him a cowbrain president or cowbrain individual, but he is, in my opinion, he is, man. He ignored the orders. He ignored the public. Can you imagine that right now the president still haven't addressed the nation? The UK, the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has addressed the nation. He's been doing that. The US, all world leaders, all leaders, in fact, all leaders across Africa have addressed the nation, have addressed their nations. You know, Buhari still hasn't done that. Still hasn't addressed the nation because there's nowhere to go anymore. Like the guy, you don't usually stay in Nigeria. You fly to the UK for medical treatment, and now that there's coronavirus everywhere, these guys are all stuck up in Nigeria. Both I'm talking about also the Nigerian politicians. They all stuck up there. So it's just crazy, bro. It is crazy. It is shameful. But the reason why Buhari is in that position that he is right now is because of his tribe. It's because he's a Fulani man, and of course he's from the north, from the region that the British favors. For me, I don't really have a problem about someone coming from a different region or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You're Nigerian, but at the same time, why don't we elect these young, vibrant youths out there? I mean, how can you have someone like Omoyele Sowore and you go elect someone like Buhari who knows nothing about what he's doing? He's a military man, and he will always have that mentality. So it's just like crazy. I'm speaking about this because it hurts. It hurts, man. Most of our people, their families are back home right now. Like I've not been able to like relax 100% since that 5K got confirmed, bro. That guy was spent 2 weeks at Ibadan. 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks, bro. I cannot even count how many Nigerians have coronavirus now. It's gonna be more than that, much more than that, bro. I tell you, much more than that. Like, listen, I think our immune system might save us, but at the same time, it can only save you to some extent. You know, this virus has been shared. Is being shared all over Ibadan right now, and from there it's gonna go everywhere. So for those of you guys who are at Ibadan, be safe. So it's gonna be really, really crazy. So your take on that, Olajide? You there, brother? Olajide? Okay, look like Olajide is not here. Hope you guys can hear me though. Ty, you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, bro. So I mean, what's your take on this? Like Nigerian acting too late, bro, too late, and also
Well,
the one before you continue, one of the individual that got tested for coronavirus, one of those guys, we had 5 cases today, yeah, yesterday, and one of them came through land, okay, through the land border.
hmm
Is an American national came through the land border, not the air. It means that both land and air are vulnerable right now. Even though
hmm
he has banned some countries, he suspended some countries, but still people are going to transit. I don't know why this guy why can't he just shut all flights coming in? Take further notice.
well, Nigeria has about, I believe, 190 million inhabitants living there. If not, I believe China has double that. They should have taken countermeasures ASAP when they learned of that virus spreading, especially when it hit. when it hit Italy, okay, and when it hit the other neighboring, when it hit the U.S., they should have absolutely taken precautions because, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we are at the bottom of the chain, and with so many populations, they should have really taken precautions because we don't have all the necessary equipment or the necessary things that we need to actually take care of this because of the lack of structure we have within the government. If we have good structure, then I would not worry. But since we don't have the lack of structure, the lack of funds, everything that we need, it seems like it's going to be extremely hard to try to contain this. Just as much as it was when they when the Ebola hit and it spread around, and malaria, influenza, and you could see how much problem they had containing this. Once it hit, it's gonna go everywhere, and it's gonna be difficult. The one good thing is not as deadly as the Ebola virus. It's the flu, and it's still the same. The people who live there, my people who live there are unable to actually take care of themselves because the lack of medicine, the lack of proper care, the hygiene. So it's going to be very difficult. The government just needs better structure. They just need a whole new, complete revamp of how the government works. And I could tell you right now, it looks like the elders, they don't want to pave the way for the young ones, and the young ones, some of them are really not into politics right now. Hopefully we get somebody who could be into politics, and really go into this and pave the way for the other generations, and show them, like, we need to raise it up and do better because this is where we grew up. But unfortunately, since the older generations are living and they're still living in the old ways, they're not really they're not really adapting to the new ways. They're gonna be lagging behind, and I can tell you that right now. That's how it is, and it just seems the lack of structure is what's going on, and they're gonna be sitting on the same thing over and over again until the end of time. Hopefully, they make a change where they can actually contain this before it spreads out, because that's a lot of people living in Africa in general. There's a lot of people, and once it spreads, and without proper structure, once it spread, that's gonna be hard to contain. And I could guarantee you, if it's not properly taken care of, there's gonna be repercussions, and it's not gonna be a good one. I just hope they come to their senses, or they have a plan in hand to where they could take care of this. Yes, closing the border is one of it, but I believe if five people already have it, man, it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's already spreading because this virus is it's not detectable.
The guy that was tested positive today, one of those guys. He came from America. He lives in America. He came back to Nigeria, for a visit or so. He
Hmm.
spent 2 weeks at Ibadan, okay, before he moved to Ekiti. So it means this guy has definitely interacted with, of course, you know, lots of people, with Nigerians, and he's
Hmm.
infected them as well. So how can you start tracing those people now? And those people, man, they have they of course they've interacted with their family members or friends and understand the virus is already spreading it at Ibadan right now, man. As we speak, it's spreading all over, bro. And these guys don't even know it because some people don't show symptoms. You look at Idris Elba, he has it, but he looks fine, right?
Hmm.
And people like that who don't even show symptoms, they're gonna be sharing it, bro. And this virus is already in Nigeria. So when you have a useless government like this is what you get. All this use that voted these old head vagabonds. I hope you now see what you voted. You have a president who's a cow, who has a cow brain, you know, and this is why I was listen. This is the reason why I was upset when Joshua posted to this guy. I was a little bit upset, but not too upset. Not that I know that I was upset with Joshua though, but I was just upset for the fact that Buhari got such or such um respect from Joshua. You know, can you imagine someone like Joshua leading Nigeria? Someone of Joshua's mindset leading Nigeria. Nigeria will be a place to be. You know, like a very innovative place. You know, because we have innovators, bro. We have intelligent. Listen, Nigerians in general are smart people. You know, in general are very smart people. They can adapt very easy. You know, they can do things even Westerners will see and say, "Wow, did he that?" But when you don't have the proper structure, that's why you see so many talents. They have to leave Nigeria to make it. You know, there are more Nigerian scientists in the US than there are in Nigeria. There are more Nigerian doctors in the US than there are in Nigeria. Ask yourself why is it like that? Even these so-called leaders, they all fly to America and UK to acquire, medical care. They all preach back home in Nigeria and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this when I get in power. I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna do that." And after they get there, you know what they do? They just build a fine building. You know, they will erect a fine looking building, but no equipment inside to work because these hothead vagabonds already they've stored the funds. You know, this is what I'm saying. If you don't make your country a better place, don't like these people, they all like you see how now all of them are home. Both senators, all of them are home. None of them are in Germany or in America or in UK or whatever they are. All of them are home now because they see there's no place to run to. If, for example, only Nigeria had this stuff, they would have run away already. They would have escaped. This is what I'm saying. They will escape and leave the people there. And the people who are going to suffer it are the people who actually don't have nothing. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine that Nigeria, there are only five testing centers in Nigeria right now. Five testing centers in Nigeria. As big as Nigeria right now, we only have five testing centers. These people are toying with people's life. This is why I say, why did Freddie Lugard even put his country together before in the first place? What was he even thinking? You know, this is why sometimes I just look at the North and look at their mentality. It just makes me angry because I love the northern people population, but the leaders are so backward in nature. You know, do they even care about the poor man or whatever? They don't even care. You know, we had the opportunity to contain this virus like we did to Ebola, but we didn't because this whole head vagabond of a leader, Muhammadu Buhari, decided not to close the border during the Ebola outbreak. Do you know who was in power? It was Goodluck Jonathan, South man, and it took immediate action. Even that woman, Adedevo Amayo, had to sacrifice her life to make sure every Nigerian was fine, and she did that. And to this day, she's not. Her family are not being compensated. Maybe compensated, but not enough money. $1 million is not enough, like I said, for that woman. Imagine if Ebola had entered Nigeria. Now, this virus is already spreading. A man from Ibadan, I think he's a kitty guy, he came from America and then spent 2 weeks at Ibadan. Now, he moved to Ekiti before he was tested, before he started showing symptoms, bro. And now, the people he has already interacted with how are you going to find them? How are you going to start looking for them now? It's not like you can trace every Nigerian citizen. No, the government don't even know who are Nigerians. Some of them don't even know what Nigerians are went. This is how laughable it is, man. That's why that country, my beloved nation, Nigeria, it needs a total, revolution. When I mean revolution, I'm not saying using gun. I'm talking about intellectual revolution. You know, although someone is here, let's see what. Uh, hello, Shad Mullen. Why are you laughing, brother? What is funny?
Your face.
Man, what do you mean by that, bro? Are you Nigerian or what? Who are you?
I'm Nigerian. I'm from
So,
Nigeria.
so why do you say your face while you're laughing? For what? This is not a joke. We're talking about
Cut
life.
your
We're talking about,
flag.
bro. I don't want to remove you, but can you just speak normal, bro?
I'm from Nigeria.
So, okay, like, why were you laughing? Can you please like lower your volume there? I can hear myself.
Um, you're gay.
Anyway, sorry, brother. If you have something next to say, if you have something good to say, come back. Not laughing like a vampire. Anyway, Ty,
Yeah, man.
bro, what the hell was that?
I didn't even hear. I didn't even hear him.
The guy was just laughing like crazy, like he's a vampire, brother. Your face, like this guy he thinks this is a joke. It's not a joke. I don't even know if it's a Nigerian because if you're Nigerian, you should be able to know that it's not a joke. I've got families there, right now, and I'm worried, man. it is not for me to come out and call this guy, a cow brain. You know that this thing is getting out of hand. You know, continue, brother. Ty, I don't want to stop you. I thought this guy had something nice to say, but he
Yeah,
doesn't. Or he comes
yeah,
and just
yeah.
laughing,
No, no
laughing, laughing like a
worries, no
vampire.
worries. Well, so I think people get they have the misconception of saying the Ebola and Ebola is a joke. No, Ebola was more serious than the coronavirus. Well, what makes the difference between the coronavirus and the Ebola is one. The coronavirus is basically like a fever, but it's still the same. It attacks your immune system. To people that have weak immune system, like the elderly and newborn. If you have a weak immune system, you're gonna succumb to this coronavirus. But compared to the Ebola, you have to treat the coronavirus as a flu. The flu is also dangerous, but not as dangerous as the Ebola. The Ebola symptom was way worse. Don't forget now, you're throwing up. How do you say? You're shitting yourself, or it attacks your immune system completely and shuts it down. That's the Ebola for you, and you're bleeding internally. The
Wait,
Ebola
but
was way.
but we have someone on online. Let me see. Hello,
Hello, hello.
James Dos Santo. What is it, bro? What is it? Why are you laughing? What the hell is it? What are you just laughing, brother? What the hell? What the
I'm back,
hell?
boy.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I think you're from the UK, right? Because it sounds
No,
like you're
no,
from
no,
the
no.
UK.
No, I'm not from UK. I'm not from the UK.
So where you from?
Where do you think I'm from? Where do you think I'm from?
I don't know. Just say where you from. Like I would
It
like to
sounds like
know.
he's from
Come
Australia or
on,
something.
it's
Australia,
obvious,
right?
man. It's obvious.
New Zealand. Either
No.
Australia or New
No.
Zealand.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't even
So
matter, man. So
how's the coronavirus outbreak over there in Australia?
I'm not from Australia.
You're not from Australia, so where you from?
Yes. Yes.
Bro, we don't have the time, bro, to guess. Continue, Ty.
well, so that's the symptom of the Ebola virus. So
Hello?
you can't.
1 minute.
What's up?
That game was up.
Hey, what's up, family?
Yeah, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm in the States, man. South Louisiana.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing you on the comment section, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So what's popping? How is the coronavirus, situation there, bro? Our president, we have a cow brain president in Nigeria right now, man. I tell you, bro. Tell you, I'm really pissed off because today we just confirmed a new five coronavirus cases. And all came from all are like four all three came from the US, two came from the UK. You know, we've been telling this guy to close the goddamn border, close this border, close the border. No, he doesn't want to close the border. He didn't want to close the border, and now you say he's closing the border.
Well, I
But
mean, y'all was in good shape until they let certain people in.
this is what I'm saying. That they first they these cow brain president that we have, you know, immediately that Italian guy flew in and he got tested for he was positive for coronavirus, even though at that time Italy were being hit hard. And people advise us, man, say, listen, we have one case now, close the border. Close it now before it get worse. Close it. They said,
Right,
no, we're gonna take it off feet. We did Ebola, we're gonna do that. Close the goddamn border, this guy didn't close it. People were like crying, a lot of people were like crying, don't let this border. Why are you allowing Italians, Chinese people to keep coming? Close the border right now. No, he didn't close it. That's why, even though look at Trump, people will say, "Oh, Trump is that." Listen, I don't like Trump. Personally, I don't like, but I think he has the American interest in his art. Right now, like we have this guy that came. This guy, one of the guys that got tested positive today. This guy was had been in Nigeria for more than 2 weeks. Okay, he spent like 2 weeks at Ibadan, a city in Nigeria, before he moved to Ekiti. It means this guy's already like interacted with many Nigerians. He has
yeah.
definitely infected Nigerians already in that city.
I think this guy
And
lost off, man.
you said, you said what? Ty, what do you say?
Well, I guess
I'm talking about get game.
hello,
Are you
is
see that?
anybody there?
Yeah, I'm
No,
here, bro.
yeah.
Y-
Well, I mean, I figured that looking at all the statistics and looking at the whole Africa, I mean, it's not many in Africa except like South Africa, and I think up north, the Egypt area had some, but like Congo and all those other areas, Nigeria, it wasn't much popping off of there with this disease. Um, the studies that I've heard is that this thing is very, very contagious. Um, it's gonna. I'm just kind of curious how we have 100 people have died in the United States. This is a big country, bro, and I don't know. Everything is shut down, man. It's shut down. I mean, people are going crazy over toilet paper. Um, it's just, I don't know if there's an agenda that's being taken place, but as far as you guys, man, y'all have dealt with Ebola, y'all have dealt with different diseases, and y'all have handled them. I think something like this should be a walk in the park. Y'all should know exactly what to do. But
Bro,
apparently,
I tell you, the thing is that this coronavirus might not be as deadly as Ebola because Ebola was deadly. Like Ebola can kill within within 2 3 days. Coronavirus, if you have a very strong immune system, your immune system might be able to fight it. Fight against it. But the thing is that this coronavirus, like sometimes you might have it, you don't show any symptom. Just look at Idris Elba. The Idris Elba,
the
the actor.
actor,
He has it, but still it looks normal to you, right? He's not
right?
sick. So imagine this guy that was, of course, spent like 2 weeks at Ekiti. and 2 weeks at Ibadan before he moved to Ekiti. This guy right now, of course, have infected, many Nigerians, and maybe they don't have symptoms yet. And in Nigeria right now, currently, we only have 5 testing centers in 36 states, only 5 states. Bro, Nigeria has a population of more than 200 million people. And believe me, like when this case got confirmed, and after I found out, this guy spent 2 weeks already in one state before moving to the other. I quickly called my dad and say, I called my dad, and say, tell my mom and everybody at home, listen, just beware, keep social distance, because right now I think we're in a big trouble because this whole head vagabond of a leader, this guy immediately we got the first Italian case should have at least closed the goddamn border. We told this guy to close the border, but being a whole head vagabond, he didn't close it. He kept it on, you know. He left it open for people to just come in, and especially to Chinese. He left it open to Chinese to come in. Chinese were still flocking in during the outbreak in China. They're like flocking to Nigeria, flocking in. People were like saying, "What is this guy doing?" You know, business can wait. Without the people, you have no economy. You have no country. And I've got to learn one very important lesson, that everything we own in this life is just vanity. No matter what you have, no matter how much you have in your bank account, no matter what you have in your position, it's all vanity, bro. Because something like this has made even rich men stay home. Even people, like, it has made everyone stay home because nobody wants to die, brother.
I understand. I
and
understand.
and the thing is, even though like we Africans have a very strong immune system, but we don't want to risk it, bro. Yes, we've been through all the whole diseases in the world, but we never, like, we still living, because I keep wondering, our ancestors, how were they able to survive, the slavery? Because believe me, at that time, according to I read a book. This book is very, very. What was the name again? I think I'm going to research it again. Go check it out. This book, kind of opened my eyes, man, because it showed me that when Africans were taken from West Africa, from different parts of Africa, but mostly mainly West Africa, after their services, they were meant to be like poor, like, wiped out with diseases. That was the final. That's the final blow. After you use them, you wipe them out. Just the same way they did the Aborigine people in America. But that small pause that they created, that the British people created, it did kill the almost half of the population of the Native Americans, but it wasn't able to kill the Africans there. You know,
Right.
so it shows that even though our ancestors has been through a lot, just tell me one disease we haven't been through. Like, we've been through all the old stuff, man. But do we want to keep having more? Because this coronavirus is of course, it looks like a bioweapon, something created in a lab to reduce the world population. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. People are saying, some are saying it came from people that eat meat in China, all this kind of stuff. They eat all kind of food. I don't really know. These guys, they've been eating all that stuff for a long, very long time, for thousands of years. So why didn't they die, like, from it? Why they multiply? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it kind of make me wonder, like, the more we get technologically advanced, the more problem are coming. It's like people are fighting for supremacy. So nowadays, nobody wants to use weapons to fight anymore. It's now like, let's fight with diseases. You know, it's just crazy because it hurts. It hurts a lot. If you don't have family back home, you don't feel it. But I do, man. I have large family, brother, back home, bro. From my cousins to my nephews, and even though many of them are around the world as well, but still, my parents are there, bro. I still have siblings there, so you know, I just did the necessary things. Listen, stay away from people. Like the virus is gonna go to my state. I know he's going to go to my state for sure. Nigerians move around all the time around Nigeria, so yeah, and Nigerians, I don't know if they can even keep social distance. Nigeria is there like if you see someone in the street, you maybe your whole time friend, and you don't shake his hands. I don't know how it's gonna be like. Like it's different from here. Yeah, you can keep the distance. In Germany you can keep the distance, and in the US you can keep the distance. In the UK you can keep the distance, but in Nigeria I don't know. Like we are so like I don't know how to say it, man. Just Ty, can you like bring this stuff? I'm just listen. I have headache, bro, because this thing has been killing me. All since we confirmed this 5 cases. Yes, out of 200 million plus, it's only 8 cases. But this is how it's gonna grow. This is what happens when you don't take the necessary action. Trump immediately banned China. When he found out, listen, this stuff might get to America. Although he got to America, but at the same time, I don't think you guys have much cases there. How many cases do you have, guys?
Oh, we have over 6,000 cases with over 100 deaths.
You said what? 6,000 what?
We have over 6,000 cases with over 100 deaths.
Wow, that is a lot, bro. 6,000 cases. Germany have yeah, we have 13 to 14,000 now. Um, yeah, it's growing. It's growing every day. It's growing. It's growing every day now. China has 80,000 plus. It's growing every day. Over there, well, of course, there are 1 billion plus people. So, and yeah, Spain, Italy has 35,000 plus. Infected people. Is growing every day. Spain has about 2,000 plus, maybe now 4,000. The thing is, this virus is deadly. And you look at all these advanced countries, they're having a hard time fighting it. So, why should we now risk it? Why did our president even risk it? You look at Chad, Chad, the country Chad, close to Nigeria there. They have no case, they have 0 case of coronavirus. They still closed their borders, they closed everything. No flights in and out of. There's no flights available to Chad. They've closed everything because they are preventing themselves because they know that they don't have enough money like to fight this. When Nigerian leaders, we're all like playing politics with coronavirus. Even though I think we can deal with it, but people are gonna have to die. A lot of people are gonna have to die, man. And this is what I fear, And then people will lose loved ones. They will lose loved ones. And this is what you fear, especially the older generation are gonna listen. I just listen. Even this president we have now, he's a old man. So he's no longer young. Like if he gets it, then I don't know. He used to travel to UK all the time and all that stuff for medical checkup. Now he's not going anymore. He's staying in Nigeria. He's there now. All of them are all in Nigeria. All of them are used to travel to overseas to get checked up and all that stuff. All of them are there right now. So it's just crazy, man. Just crazy. Ty, you there? Hello, Ty, you there? You should try going and coming again. I think. Oh, are you there? Ty, you there? I don't know, man.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think this virus been here for a while. Um, I think I don't. I mean, I think it may have come from China. I think it is a method of warfare. the economy in the United States is tanking. I mean, it's just going down. The stock market is dropping tremendously. Um, it's people are in a very bad panic around here, brother. Very bad panic. Um, and I mean, I understand it's deadly, but I mean, I mean, maybe because it's really an animal virus that jumped to humans and they have no cure. Maybe that's why they so fearful of it. But 100 deaths is not a lot in this country, you know. So I'm thinking it's something more than what they're telling us. Um, and I really do believe it's been here. And once we start testing a lot of people, the numbers are just going to jump. It's going to jump. It's going to be hundreds of thousands in this country. Hundreds of thousands with this
Yeah,
virus.
I don't think so though. Like, how many testing centers do you guys have now?
Man, dude, they bad. They're not doing many tests, brother. It's not many.
And ne-
It's not
and
about it's not about the centers, but it's about the testing kits, man. And you know, they just they're not doing. I mean, we just getting the testing kits like this week. The
wow,
beginning of the week, we're just getting testing kits, bro. Well, I mean, we could have had them, but Trump denied um some testing kits that came from the UN, maybe, but he wanted our own testing kits, so we developed our own testing kits, but that took time. So man, people are just walking around with it. And if you know anything about Americans, brother, Americans, if some know they have it, they not gonna even go to the doctor, bro. They gonna just self quarantine. Really, there's no cure. So all you can do is self quarantine. There's no cure for it. Um, I think the vaccine may be even worse than this virus that's gonna come out. Uh, so we it's a mess, brother. It's a mess. Trust me.
I mean, this is. You mean Donald Trump would like he's not ready for it? Wasn't ready
No, they're
for it.
not ready. They was not ready. And when they could have had testing kits, they denied them to get our own testing kits. You know, and that took about a week or two. Um, so they're saying in the next 2 weeks we're gonna start seeing numbers jump even more.
You guys have 6,000 now. 6,000 now, bro. 6,000 infected. It means when there are more like testing centers and people go test themselves. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna jump. It's gonna
Oh,
jump.
it's gonna jump. Definitely gonna jump.
What was your take
And
on Trump's statement saying that calling it Chinese virus?
I mean, from
Hello, I cannot hear you,
they
bro.
said it came from China, the Wuhan province, China.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
can you hear me, brother?
yeah. I can hear you now.
Hello.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, well, my phone acting up. But they said it comes from the Wuhan province in China. So I mean, I don't know, man. There's a facility that does that type of engineering in China. So I'm not sure, man. It's no telling, brother. I've heard that Israel has been working on a coronavirus vaccine for over a year now.
For over a year.
Yeah,
So
Israel.
you mean this stuff has been out? It's been out.
Yeah, it's been out. The elites know about it. They've been knowing about it. You know, that's how it is, brother.
But I mean, so far so good. Um, I don't. No one has died in any sub-Saharan African country yet so far, and I don't know. Like even now, the 8 cases we have now, the 3 cases before, like I think they survived also. Now a new 5 case that we have, all came from foreign territories. Two from the UK, three from the US, One was a U.S. national, U.S. citizen who came via the land border of Nigeria, and that's like the first stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. This is gonna be catastrophic. I tell you, you know,
Um,
like this guy said, Larry K says COVID-19 is not as deadly as Ebola, but it spread faster. My
right.
concerns is that we are not strong medically to fight it. You see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, why didn't the president like protect the border, and close the border immediately that Italy got tested positive for coronavirus? So, I mean, they're just playing
Is
with
do
people's
you do
life.
you think do you think the president of Nigeria is being controlled by someone else, like someone in China? Because I did a lot of research, man, and I'm really not happy with Africa, the whole, all of it, with the way they let the Chinese come and take over that country, brother, to take over everything, brother,
Well, it
continent.
depends. Chinese have not taken over Nigeria, bro. Chinese can't they can't take over Nigeria. Although they've been able to like take control of almost parts of the East Africa side, the South Africa side, kind of they'll be able to take control of those countries. Like you look at, for example, Kenya now. Kenya depend a lot on China for many things, and that actually is beginning to kind of affect them. Because even the Chinese officials now, have a say in the government, according to what I'm being told. Does Tanzania as well. In the case of Nigeria, it's not like that. We of course we have a business agreement with them. You cannot. Listen, the thing is that nobody can live in his own bubble. You have to like do business with outsiders. But at the same time, thankfully, China has not been able to take over Nigeria so far because Nigeria is like different to many countries in Africa. But the people that have been taking control of Nigeria, you know, is of course these old head vagabonds that we have there as leaders. Because these people, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what the hell they're doing. They are still stuck in the 1800s. You know what I mean?
Right,
Their
right,
mentality
right.
is just stay stuck there. They don't even like. Bro, young Nigerians are innovative. In nature. You know, they are smart. They are intelligent. There are more doctors in America than there are in Nigeria. There are more Nigerian doctors in America working in American hospitals than there are in Nigeria
I
because
mean, see that's a problem, brother. Because
and there,
in
there,
order
there
in
are
order
more
for
there are,
that,
there are more Nigerian scientists. Nigerians like scientists contribute a lot to the U.S. government. A lot. They can also do it back home, but how can they do it back home when these whole head vagabonds, care nothing about innovation other than their pockets? These guys just care about their pocket. What they're gonna get from it? How
yeah,
their family is gonna live. When they die. How, bro. These people only remember Nigeria exists when they die. That's when they want to be buried there. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
oh
But when
yeah,
they're alive, that's what I'm saying. And I'm hungry a lot with Nigerian youth, even though I'm a Nigerian as well. But I'm hungry with my people because some of our youths, they've been blindsided by tribalism or been blindsided by, you know, um, elderly respect. In terms of like Nigeria, we respect elders a lot. You know what I mean? It's good to respect your elder. It's good. It's nothing bad about it. But these elders tend to take advantage of that. You know,
yeah.
like you will see an ambitious maybe 30-year-old Nigerian who wants to run for maybe office or something like that. They will say, "Oh, you're too small. You're a small boy." You know, what do
Right,
you
right,
grow
right,
first?
right.
You know what I mean? Even though the guy they're calling a small boy has more innovative ways, he's more innovative in nature, and of course he's more updated with the 21st century, lifestyle compared to these whole vagabonds. They will say, "Oh, grow up first. You're still a small boy." Small boys don't, you're just 30 years old. You're a small boy. Like, grow up first. When you grow up, you can talk to me.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. This is what I'm saying. And also, these guys now, they now have to like, to even get a position, they have to like beg, beg this old man there and say, "Oh, Baba, please, I need this, please, I need to go in." You know what I
Right.
mean? They have to
That's
like beg.
stalling. That's stalling the that's stalling you guys, man. That's
And,
not good.
and these guys, these young guys, they end up going to Western world when they get a Western world, they give an opportunity, they explore it, and they become huge. You
Right.
know, this is what I'm
Right.
saying. This
Right.
is what I'm saying.
And then they don't want to go back. I mean,
And
why
when
go back?
they do want to go back, they do want to go back. Nigerians in America, like the doctors and scientists, they do want to go back, but they want to go back knowing that the government is going to support them. You know what I mean? Support their goal.
Hmm.
You know, support their ambition.
Right.
If
Right.
you cannot be in a place where the government don't want to support your ambition. It's just like you look at boxing now. I talk a lot about Nigerian boxers and African boxers. Nigeria should be one of the leading nations in terms of in sports, because we do have athletic, specimens in that nation. We do. I know that.
Where's the
Talents all
opportunity?
over.
You need opportunity,
Talents,
bro.
talents all over. Talents everywhere. Anywhere you go is talent.
You need
You know,
opportunity. You
people are
need.
talented. So the thing is, these guys, if there is no, like, for example, there is no like proper structure for boxing in Nigeria.
Mhm.
Back in, like, I don't know how it is now, but back in the days, if you tell your parent you want to become a boxer or a footballer, bro, they will tell you you're stupid. You know, go become doctor, become a lawyer, become some, something. That's what they wanted to become. And you have to, even if you don't want to do that, you must do that. It's a must.
Mhm.
Maybe now it's changed. Back in the days when I was growing up, it was different. You
Right.
know,
Right.
my dad is an open-minded person. Although he was very straight as well with me, but he's open-minded. He's open-minded. He's a little bit open-minded compared to the typical Nigerian parent. My dad's a little bit open-minded though, although he was straight street as well, but open-minded. You understand? You like you say sit down. You would sit down with him. He would tell you, okay, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do this? Then you explain. If you explain it, you understand. It was okay, no problem. But in a typical Nigerian, what I mean, a typical Nigerian home, bro, you either become a doctor or you abandon your family,
Right.
or they disown you. They'll tell you, listen, if you don't become a doctor, engineer, you're gonna be disowned in this family. Don't your dad will tell you, listen, I'm no longer your dad. I'm
So
telling
so
you.
so you're not on the continent. Are you near Nigeria? Or you're away?
No, 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 no. I'm in Germany, bro. You know.
You're in Germany.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. We're gonna have to chop it up, man. I'm gonna have to get back on with you, man, and chop it up with you about a bunch of stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
It was nice. It was nice to chop it up, bro, because it's
Yeah,
always
man.
good.
And like I said, I'm in South Louisiana, man. I could give you some insight of what's going on out here. I'm a boxing fan, and we'll chop it up. But I'm gonna get off the line because I'm about to get in a bad area. I just don't want it to fall off the wrong
No
way.
problem, bro. You can contact me via Instagram. I'm there. At Boxing Blocks, and I just contact me there. We talk, and whenever I'm maybe you also have a Facebook, right?
Yes, I have a Facebook, but I'll
Yeah, yeah,
contact you on Instagram and I'll give you
yeah,
my information on
yeah, yeah.
Instagram.
We'll link up on Facebook so you can like join us sometimes when we talk about boxing and all that stuff.
All right,
Thanks a
brother.
lot,
Stay
bro.
blessed, brother. Stay
I appreciate
blessed.
it. Stay
All right,
blessed,
brother.
brother.
All right, bye.
Okay, bro. Cheers. Ty, you there now? Hello? Can you hear me, Ty? I don't know why. Ty was here before, but yeah. Let me, of course, read. Oh, the bronze plumber says. Let me look at it. 475 die in Italy just today. When the virus hits Africa fully, it could get messy. The advantage Africa has is the heat. Viruses don't survive so long. Ty, your take on that, bro? I mean, can you hear me or not? I'm not. I can't hear you, bro. What happened to your mic? Hello? I don't know, bro. I don't know what happened to your mic. The thing is, yeah, the bronze plumber, yeah, you're right. But at the same time, I think there are places in America, especially Texas, according to what I've heard so far. Texas, I heard, is very, very hot as well. Yeah, it has a hot weather, but yet the virus continues to spread. I think this virus knows no boundaries. I think no matter how hot your country is and all the stuff, he might still get you. He will still get you. You know. I just think the immune system. He says his phone has a virus. I don't know, man. I don't know. His phone has man, I don't think he has a virus. I don't think the phone has a virus, bro. But that was funny. I mean, the two guys I called in before, I mean, they were just laughing. I don't know what they were laughing like. If you call in, you want to give your take, good, fine. But why are you laughing? What are you laughing for? I don't get it, bro. Anyway, I mean, yes, Nigeria has a cow brain president, and it's very, very painful. Now, yeah, I can hear you, brother. What's
That is
up?
so. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Well,
Yeah, that,
like I've been saying, it seems like only a few amount, but it's definitely gonna blow up pretty soon. Because the symptoms are unaware to people. Some might treat it as a common cold, but it's really not. And by the time they realize it, they already spread it to other people who are going to take another week to realize they're also sick. And by the time they realize it, they already spread it to another people who. So it's like a circle that's going to continue going around until there's like a break in that circle that splits it, and everybody realize they got to quarantine, and it's going to be so difficult, man. I don't know how they're going to handle this, but it's with what people got to realize is they got to be very hygienic, washing their hands constantly. I hope they have hand sanitizers, and it's most important the people who have weak immune system needs to stay away and be aware of what's going on. If you have a weak immune system, you're going to be in trouble. It's the elderly, and it's for the like the newborn who are going to be in trouble with this when it finally spreads. Um, what else? Hopefully they're
bro,
really gonna
do
take
you know
care
that
of it.
a 6 weeks baby got tested for coronavirus in Nigeria yesterday? You know that?
Yeah, I heard about that
Man, this is crazy. Why will a parent take a 6 weeks baby, 6 weeks old baby to Nigeria,
because they probably weren't even aware of it.
bro? That
Some people
sucks,
think, and what people gotta realize that are listening is just because you're black doesn't mean you think you're immune to it. You're not immune to it. You're gonna get it. That was another thing. People think they're doctors and stuff like that. Clearly they're not, and they're ignoring the warning signs of, make sure you get your vitamin C. Make sure get some oranges, get some vitamin C's in you. Go to the medicine, make sure they prescribe you all the vitamins you need. It's very important that you take these vitamins. Vitamin C, all these vitamins, the vitamin D, everything that you miss that you really need. It's very important that you stock up on that. Get some clean, some
bro,
bleach,
bro,
and
bro. Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Rosemary Campaore, the vice president of Burkina Faso Parliament, has just died from coronavirus.
yeah, you know,
Rosemary Campaore, the vice president of Burkina Faso parliament has just died from coronavirus. Burkina Faso has 26 cases. Rose is the first recorded death in the country.
How old was
Again,
he?
again, to all those who think it won't get to me in Nigeria, now is the time to rethink. How was she? I mean, I think she has to be a hothead, as well. When African leaders, I don't know hothead vagabonds. They are hotheads, almost all of them. Have you? Okay,
I think the main thing they
tell
gotta
me
worry
one
about.
young African leader right now,
I
like
don't know anyone.
Trudeau of Canada. You see, Canadian Prime Minister. He's a young guy, and you see, and you hear what you saw his statement
Mhm.
saying that all Canadians are going to be compensated. Those who are not able to work, will those who are not able to work will definitely be compensated. Those who are afraid that, if they leave their job, they won't be paid. They are going to be compensated. They're going to be taken care of by the government. This is what you call that's what you call a government. A government.
Yeah, they have a really good structure. I gotta tell you,
Nigeria don't have that.
no,
As Nigerian, I've never gotten penny
the
from the
way
Nigeria government, bro.
I personally believe the
No Nigerian
way.
have gotten a penny from Nigeria government. So, and we still rep for Nigeria. I rep for Nigeria not because of the hood vagabonds, but because of our vibrant youths. I know that they need me the way I need them because our vibrant youths, they've been through hell and back. But they keep moving. These whole head vagabonds, when they see the vibrant youths make name, that's when they recognize them. That's when they say, "Oh, he's one of ours." He's one of ours. Those are vagabonds. Come to Asoro, come to that. You see now, breaking news: Rosemary Campaore, Vice President of Burkina Faso Parliament, has died from coronavirus. It's not a joke. I mean, although
Yeah, no,
immune system. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lamijide,
yeah.
breaking news,
Um,
brother.
no, no, no. You see, the one thing I just want to say is this, yeah. Um, the same way Europeans and the UK and Americans underrated the disease at first, is pretty much the same way Africans underrated the disease as well. That's number one. Number two, um,
No,
the
Africans
from
did not
Burkina
underrate the
Faso,
disease. I don't think there's a
African
disease.
did, African did, and this is the reason why I'm saying African did. When the disease started, it was flying all over. It doesn't affect black. It doesn't affect black. It flew all over. And that's the basic reason why Africans underrated it because Africans are more black. When it was going all around, it was all for black. It wouldn't affect any black person. Even the black man affected in China. The Nigerian guy, he made it under 2 days. He survived it and it has nothing to do with blacks. It made blacks, underrated a lot more because people are like, oh, you're going to hide when you're saying now Ebola, Ebola. I ain't going to lie to you. This is a lot more dangerous than Ebola. This kills within hours. But the only thing there is the difference between this and Ebola is with Ebola, there are certain ways you can feel it from the skin. These can be in your body the moment the reactions start coming out. I mean, all this we're saying now, even Senegal took it for granted until a situation happened to them today. And I think that was on the news where I think those some of them working at the airport when I suddenly started coughing. And I think immediately three of them they started coughing and under 2-3 minutes, yeah, while they were coughing, one passed out immediately. If that one died, it was shown and everything, and everyone has to just run out. And I think they have to close the airport immediately. And when that happened, so it's a thing where we were talking about in Nigeria, this, that, that, that. I believe one thing: Africans still have that belief. Like, okay, it's been in Africa for how long now? Has it really killed anybody? Not really. People doesn't been affected, but it's a thing where Africans have looked at like, okay, with the information we've all gotten worldwide so far, blacks will survive it. Blacks will survive it, and this has made Africa like this, that, that. So all these things are there again for us to look at. No, that's number one. Number two, if you're looking at it like, okay, the government, the government, the government. I believe one thing. Nigeria has, okay, altogether now from the start, now Nigeria's got about maybe 8 cases now and stuff like that. with 8 cases, which I always say the same thing that happened with Ghana as well. When the cases became 8 altogether, the man decided to do what? Shut down everything and everything like that. Today, the cases in Nigeria become 8. But
And
yesterday, when it was
they
5 cases,
also banned mass gatherings, including churches in Ghana,
Nigeria has done
mosque.
the Nigeria has done the same. You see, there's the thing there. Yeah, Nigeria has banned. Nigeria has even ordered churches and mosques to be closed.
No, no, Lagos State has Lagos
No,
State
no,
government.
no only Lagos State, no only Lagos State. Other states has done the same thing as well. So that's why I said the way Nigeria is completely different from all these European countries. We can say, okay, the prime minister this and that. They were ahead when it comes to states and everything. You're not going to put everything on the president's head. The president's got some things he's doing as well and stuff like that. Which I mean, I believe as of 2 days ago, he decided to pump money into the health side to see how they can solve these things and stuff like that. Because it's a thing where I believe Nigerians accept the few. And this is the thing there. The reason why I believe this thing, because when this thing started, the World Health Organization said one thing: this thing will hit Africa last. But when it hits Africa, it will be worse than this of the Western world. But everyone looks at it like, okay, since it's been infecting blacks in the Western world and it's not too much, maybe blacks, that's where we'll start talking about immune system. But at the end of the day, we can talk about immune system as much as you want, because in the UK, at least someone with a very good immune system passed today, which is pretty much the youngest person, and I think he's about 38. He died today. Is in the UK, and the death rate between yesterday and today increased. And I believe that's the reason why UK decide to shut down schools from next Monday, because UK did not shut down so many things. UK now decide to shut down school. Employ everyone to kind of like work from home, stay at home, except if you work in the health sector or you're in the healthcare or wherever it is. You could decide to cancel any. UK has now reduced mass gathering as well to, I think, about 40 or something, which I believe those in Africa kept their mass gathering to any mass gathering above 50 must not hold. UK has brought theirs down to about 40 and stuff like that. So the way we are taking this thing is, let's not just say it's this, that. The same way they did in Africa was the same approach when it going to the UK, into the Europe. That's the same approach we gave as well. In terms of blaming, I mean, Nigerian president as well. So 2 days ago, he's closed a couple of borders. He's asked people not to come in. Even the truth now, what we've had already here now is those that went for holiday in Nigeria that are meant to return back to the UK, and Nigeria's not letting them all fly to the UK. So before we say we want to blame, I mean, I look at it like, because no, let's not just blame the government now, because the government, he might not be speaking out, but he's doing some things as well. And one thing we need to look at is this: with all these things, medically and Nigeria fully, these are the things we should look at, not just the government, medically and Nigerians, not even just Nigerians, is Africa pretty ready medically for all this? Look at the Western world that are fully ready with all the World Health Organization, all the scientists and everything. People are still dying. Everyone believes UK we should survive a lot more. UK has got over 3,000 cases now. As of 2 days ago, it was 1,400 and something. As of today, it's about 3,000 something cases. It's increasing more and more and more. Something God said hits Africa last, it's gonna be a lot worse. So it's a thing where at the end of the day, even when Ebola started with Africa and stuff like that, Africans, the Western world, that they are for Africans, is the one we need to look at now is, can or is Africa as a whole for this? Italy is one of the best as well. Italy is suffering badly over this now. But again, when it comes to health wise, Italy is one of the best. But Italians are suffering. The time now, it is over almost 3,000
Bro,
cases.
I don't know what's wrong with
Now
your
you have
volume and so.
5,000 cases,
Hello, can you hear
which
me?
is than even Italy is one of the best when it comes to medical, right?
Hello, bro, can you hear me?
If we're trying
Can
to
you hear
blame
me?
Nigerian president,
Ty,
I don't
are you
think it's
there?
Nigerian president thing, because the way
Yeah,
it
I'm
is in
here,
Nigeria
man.
now,
Can
a
you hear
lot
me?
of the symptoms are just not out. If you get what
Olajide,
I'm
can
saying,
you like go
so
in and
rather
come
than
in
blaming
again?
the
Go out and
government,
come in again. Go out and come in
I feel
again.
like the government. I don't know if you can hear me. If you just get... Say that again.
Oh, I don't know what happened, bro. Like I was not hearing you clearly. You know, it was like it wasn't clear. You know, enough. Can you hear me now? Hello, Lajide, are you there? Lajide, are you there? Okay. Ty, what do you think? What do you think, bro? I'm just tired, brother. You know, Chad has closed their border. Niger closed their border. Their border. Why didn't Nigeria do so, bro? Why didn't this hooded vagabond we have as a leader? Why did he allow it to get to
I
this
wish
point?
I wish I knew, but I don't know,
From
man.
bro, that guy, I'm just the reason why I'm so worried because that guy spent 2 weeks at Ibadan before moving to Ekiti. It means the guy, of course, encountered a lot of Nigerians, and of course, infected them. Spread the virus already.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, the virus is there already. The virus is there. It's spreaded already. It's there. But the most important thing is, I won't just say Nigeria, it's Africa as a whole ready for this. When it starts striking, when it starts increasing.
Bro, the virus is not gonna go. It's not gonna spread all over African countries because Chad, they've closed all their borders. Okay, no going out, no coming in. Niger
Okay.
did the same today. They
Let me
have zero cases.
let me say one thing now. Yeah, this virus started. The moment it started, as at January 2nd, when it became clear, Egypt closed their borders. Go and look at Egypt closed their borders. Didn't allow anyone coming from 2nd of January. But look at the rate of virus is increasing in Egypt as of today. But in Egypt, how did they get it? This thing, we cannot blame the government for anything. Egypt closed their borders since the 2nd of January to prevent.
Bro, they didn't close. They didn't close their borders to every country, bro. They didn't close their border to every country, bro. They didn't close their border to every country, bro. I tell you that.
Egypt,
It's not every country.
Trust me.
It's not every country they close their border to. Yeah, but they didn't close they didn't close their borders to every country, or to some countries. But they got in. But if they had listen, Charles shut down their borders, meaning no foreign, nothing, nobody allowed to come in, nobody from any country allowed to come in. They closed it both air and land. So he's not going. He's not going into Chad now. Niger, the same stuff. Yeah, I'm listening, bro. You there?
Okay. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, like you did, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, bro.
Hello. Okay, another thing is this now. Now, let's be realistic now. Brazil, till today, their border is still open. Brazil has no infection yet. What are we going to say about that? Brazil, as of today, all their borders are, and there's no infection in Brazil yet.
I mean,
the way this thing is working,
Italian man haven't taken it there, bro.
Brazil's border, no, Brazil.
The Italian man haven't taken it there.
Brazil's border is still open, but there's no yet. This thing is not about this. One thing we need to get to understand. It's not about border or no border. We can try preventing that, but this is how we need to know. Border is still open, and it has no case yet. Argentina has no case,
bro. And like I said,
Brazil has no case.
How can a border be open when most of the countries that have it are on lockdown? China is on lockdown right now.
This is the honest truth.
They're on lockdown or not?
It is the honest truth. It is the honest truth.
Italy is on lockdown. Spain is on lockdown. UK is soon to be on lockdown. America not totally on lockdown yet, but they've restricted some countries. So this is what I'm saying. So how can it be that, if you don't have countries that are infected, and also like other countries can't just go to Argentina like that or Brazil?
Yeah.
I'm listening, brother.
I think he dropped off, man.
No, he's here with us. I think. I just think something's wrong with his mic. Anyway, what do you think, bro? Before we like Vamut, bro, what do you think about this, brother?
You know, it's not gonna get. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. I just believe they're just slowly getting by like who's infected and who's not, and the people who are infected don't know and they don't care, and they're gonna continue on their own way. And I hope Nigeria stays the same and doesn't get any serious cases. I have nothing else to say besides that.
Bro, the stuff has been spreading all over, man. I don't just know, but we'll see what happens. So, by the way, a Ghanaian pastor was arrested today. He got arrested today for violating the, you know, the law. Ghana imposed a ban on all mass gatherings, and the pastor violated it, man. Look at African pastors, right, right now they are listen. Nigerian pastors, they're gonna go hungry right now. They are going to go hungry. I tell you, brother, they're gonna go hungry because no offering. You know what is no offering? I don't know so man, Christianity and Islam has ripped Nigeria apart, bro. I tell you, a country with potentials. Before you know anything, they start calling God. Me being a Nigerian, I'm definitely sad for my people. I'm sad, man. I'm sad, brother. I'm sad because hello.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
I mean, Olajide have like two stuff. Let me remove this one from here. I removed that one down already. Olajide, can you hear me? Um, the bronze plumber says in EU the figures for infected people will be very low. The health authorities are now saying to not visit a doctor unless it's serious. People just have to self isolate, but no test and no counting. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like the self isolation stuff. Do you think that works? I
No,
mean, why don't you just test the people?
no,
Why
this
must
is
someone have symptoms first before they get tested? Why don't they just test everyone?
this is
And
this is what they do. Sorry, this is what they're doing because they're doing that now in UK and they're carrying it out more in the UK. The first thing they say is once you notice you've got a cold, isolate yourself. The reason for this isolation is that way you would not infect another person, right? So from your home, the way it is in the UK, from your home while you're self isolating, then you die 111. They tell you things you need to do. Then if it's that severe, then they will come pick you up from home. That's the same thing Italy is doing as well. Self isolate yourself first. Once you know you've got flu and the UK will say one thing. The UK says one thing. Keep yourself indoors for at least 7 days. After the 7 days, you can't infect anybody anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the way the UK have done their self isolation, and I believe that's the way Italy too is kind of doing their self isolation for as well. That's the way I think it is in America as well. Self isolation.
Yeah, I mean, does that really? I don't know. I don't know if that works, but if you
No,
say it
it
works,
helps in terms of spreading it around again. But the truth is, it's just like what they're telling us now in the UK now is what they said to us now in London is the truth is with the rate of which is increasing rapidly in London, they must tell us one truth, which means more than half of the entire London is already infected. So, and that's the reason why they're doing more stay at home kind of thing and stuff like that. So, it is what it is, man.
it's crazy, brother.
Yeah,
It is crazy, man. I mean,
If you have a weak immune system, is not good. You know, the people with the stronger immune system, I believe they could go, they could get past it, but they're worried about the people who have the weak immune system. Those are the ones that their cases are pretty high, and the risk of them not recovering is very high.
yeah. The risk of them not recovering
I mean, what do you
is
think? What about the Iran case? But Iran, the virus is attacking Iranians, man. Like almost one
that's the
thousand
thing.
people, 1,000 people gone so far. 1,000
Okay,
plus people gone so far in Iran.
yeah, in Iran, right? How about Italy that's lost 3,000 people? Italy has lost 3,000 people already. And this is the thing that now they've been able to record 35,000 cases, but with 3,000 people dead. Imagine now, China recorded 80,000 people. How many deaths? About 5,000 something. When you look at the ratio, 35,000, what will happen if it increases again more? The case increase more in Italy. There'll be more death. That's why it looks more like Italy could be one of the most deadliest place now for this. People are blaming the elderly one, but the elderly ones are dying in Italy. But again, the younger ones again that will believe in good health that should survive this as well. Apart now as well. In the UK now, the UK registered the first really young person that died and they expect him to survive. He will be 39, or he's gonna turn 40 this year, sorry. He's meant to be strong and fit and everything and stuff like that. But he passed today. They knew he got infected yesterday, but he passed today. So the way this thing is I know we're all talking about immune system, but I don't even think they as well know how these things really work. And that's what makes this it is. People are going Ebola this. No, this is more deadlier because people understand the way Ebola work, and it was mainly in Africa. And that this one they still don't understand how it works yet. They don't understand how it works yet. How it spread, they still don't understand properly yet. And that's why everyone is doing the stay at home kind of thing. In America, stay at home if you notice it. Call this and that and that. We'll see what we can do. Everywhere is like isolate yourself first. Because one is gonna start with a cold, and it's from your cold you can infect another person. So no
Hmm.
one really understand this how it works. This is not how it works. This and that and that and that. And the way it's going, I know every one of us are. And this is the same thing that got Africans to so finger and stuff like that. A lot of us are like immune system. Even the UK now have said, okay, it's not just about the immune system. Let's just try as much as you can. So everyone, young or old, be very careful.
They've been told to stay home, but I saw like on the news today that lots of young people in the UK are still going out. In
No, this
London, they are still
thing
going
there.
out. Like they're
No,
saying,
this is
the government haven't
this is
placed a ban
that
on it. They're still going to
no,
to
that's
to
not
restaurants and other stuff, to bars
no,
and
that's
to
not what
drink.
the man said. The prime minister said he's not going to lock down UK. America as well is not locked down. I think UK and America is taking the same procedure. In America, if you still want to club, you can still go clubbing. What UK say is you won't be going to work because from there you can end up having contact unnecessarily. But UK said if you want to go out, you can go out, but avoid unnecessary contacts. Avoid. People are like, you sure that like no, because that way he just said one thing like that way they'll be able to control the spread properly, and that's why in the UK they promise at least from a Monday, or is it Monday or Saturday, after 25,000 people tested per day. So that's why it's like be on lockdown, but it's like he's not going to close the pub, he's not going to shut down wherever it is. That's the way they can actually be able to control it. But he just said when you're going out and once you notice you have this, don't go out again. So there are ways he made it, but it's like okay, it's lockdown, but like not really. Because I said the buses will still run, the trains will still run. But once you know you've got symptoms of cold, stay at home. So I don't know, he's just trying to use a different form because he said
Bro, the
one thing
thing
which
is,
is true.
he's risking everything. Before you know, the numbers will go up.
That's the
Listen,
thing that
UK, this guy is both of them, both him and Trump. I think they are playing with this virus. You see what it did to what it did to Italy. You don't want to see that happen in the UK.
thing. If you talk about stay at home, stay at home. Italy is an example. Spain is another example as well. Stay at home, but the case is increasing. And never get, and I believe that's why they're looking at if stay at home,
But I don't know what's wrong with your stuff.
cases are still increasing. Yeah,
Bro, I don't know I don't know what's happening. I don't know
people
what's
this week.
happening to your mic.
Italians are complaining and they need to buy food. Spanish are complaining to buy. France is complaining food.
Ty,
But if there's
are you the only one? Are you the
No,
only
no, no.
one like?
It's his microphone, maybe. Yeah, or his connection. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I think his microphone has its own virus, man.
Anyway, guys, thanks for this. To those of you who have been watching, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yes, we have a cow brain president, and yeah, man, it's crazy. I've enjoyed this conversation, and to our brother, Olajide, think we might have to do that. Talk about this. Maybe record it. Just do a record about it because it looks like your mic has coronavirus right now, bro.
Let me not joke around about that, man.
Anyway, stay blessed, guys. Stay hungry, stay humble, and good night to all of you guys. Cheers.